Hey gang, in today's episode I am going to be taking another trip to Gambier just to see how things are. The weather's warmed up. I heard a tree came down. We're going to check that out and yeah, come along for the ride. Hope you enjoy it. And little note, you'll see that we bumped into a bunch of sea lions, which is pretty cool. In Courtney we had the herring run come through. So there was just whales and sea lions everywhere, and eagles. What a noise. They're just like right on top of each other.
Big pile of water all over each other. More than the water here.
Hey buddies! Oh man, they're scary.
Park your boat on it.
What a noise! That's where they got. That must have where they got some Star Wars sound effects.
I'm with you. I totally think Star Wars.
Jabba the Hutt.
They make me think of Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
With their necks. But there's a couple really, really big ones that make me think of Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, oh yeah, the noise is Jabba the Hutt. You big fatties. Look at you, porkies. Oh, I wonder what they're talking about. Maybe these are the females over here. And these are the dudes. That's insanity. Someone scared him. A monster behind. He is huge.
Enormous.
Looks like he's got a mohawk. Looks like a.
The big ones actually roar like lions, which is why you go, oh, that's why they're called sea lions.
Yeah, the way he holds himself looks like a sea lion, hey? Well, I had a trip to Vancouver planned for work. The work fell through, and I came to Gambier instead. So last time I came here, it was wet and rainy, and now we feel spring, and this is such a special place. Every time I think we've hit the jackpot in Courtney, which we really have, this is next level peace. Nothing but nature and a boat in the background. And it's like this all summer. Gorgeous. Everything's safe and secure. I put the new water heater in here. Remember last time I came and it blew because I didn't drain it? Well, I got a new part, really good service, Eco whatever it was. And they sent me a new part. I put it in, took 15 minutes, fired it up, all good, everything's good. So what I'm feeling to do is finish milling up these 5 or 6 trees I've got, because I feel like we're on the fence whether I'm leaning more towards selling this property and just focusing on Courtney and taking that equity and that money and putting it towards a reno on the house. But when I come here, it really is something special. And if I can get rid of the work that I have, which is really these trees, I don't want to build anything else here. This could be a really nice escape, just to come and not do stuff, because back in Courtney I'm always doing stuff. So I mean, there'll always be maintenance here, little bits and bobs when I look around, but that's a potential. So if I can get rid of this, then we can use our driveway again. I can get rid of the mill, take it back to Courtney, and just maybe use this place as a place to be. We have had some tree fell. Yeah, this tree did come down, which was kind of clinging onto a rotten piece of stump, but just missed our water tower, thankfully. So I got these trees to mill. She fired up first pull, and I'm just gonna mill these babies up. Well, the last one was a big one. Douglas fir, so much different than hemlock, just beautiful wood. Part of the gnarly part though is that Douglas fir bark is very, very gnarly. And so it picks up all of the dirt, whereas the hemlock is a shallower kind of, I mean, cedar's like this, right? Doesn't barely pick up any dirt when you're dragging it across the forest. Hemlock's got slightly less groove, but Douglas fir has these big, deep furrows which pick up every bit of dirt. So I bet you by the time I block this into a square, it's gonna be a dull blade. But this blade has done a lot, so I think what I might do is block this out. It'll be slow going because the blade is a bit dull. And then I'll put a brand new blade on to slice it into planks. And there we go, empty. This is probably worth milling, and this one. That one, I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm kind of done. And maneuvering these buggers around is going to be a pain because this is all on slope now. Slopes towards this, it's nice and easy rolling. These are going to be a pain to do, so maybe I'll wait for help. That's a novel idea, isn't it? Is the last log from the top. I can mill these up, but this is a big Dougie fir, and I just decided to do a 10 by 10. The thing is with Douglas fir is that the bark is very, very thick, so you have to, the tree looks bigger, it looks like you can get more out of it than you can. Like, I had to chop 3 feet off this. I wanted to make a 16, but I've had to make a 12 because it was just getting too narrow to the top and I was losing all the good meat at the other end, so I shortened it. I have no idea how I'm going to lift this. This is a monster heavy piece of wood, but 6 by 6s I can handle. This one's big. So I'm going to leave it here for a bit and think about it. I might need some help. Hopefully I can get it into the tent and dry it out so it'll be lighter. I'd like to take that to Courtney. Well, after a long day of milling, it's not a long day, it's 2 o'clock now and the rain is coming down. And so I'm sitting in our cozy little camper with our fire going And yeah, just thinking a lot about what to do with this place. In one hand, it's a really nice thing to have, a getaway from the farm. I know we've met a lot of people here. The kids have friends here. It is like five steps back from even our farm in Courtney as far as mellow. And the summer just comes alive here, but very, very slow pace. Not very many rules, you know, no police. Just drive pieces of junk around, and so there's lots of beautiful parts to it. But as I walk around the property and I'm you know, this trailer that I rent out is really doing well. I mean, we're on year 3 now, or 2 of 2 solid winters, and I walk in, not an even a whiff of mold because I use spray foam. That is the key for sure. You know, it's not letting any water in, and you know, it's good. But I just know that if I don't keep coming here, it's gonna slowly, you know, animals are probably gonna start to try and get in, and it breaks my heart to think that this could kind of deteriorate. And as I'm looking around at trees, we've had a couple of big trees come down this year, and I'm looking around at these big trees behind me that are kind of ominously leaning slightly towards the property and towards the shed that I built. And I'm like, man, I just don't want to deal with a tree coming down and slicing something in half, and just the amount of heartache and effort to clean it all up. And you know, everything's tough here because there's no hardware store. There's nothing. You have to bring everything here. So for my wife, it's nice for her. She's like, well, yeah, it's nice to have it. Let's not sell it. I love going there every now and then. But she doesn't carry the load of doing repairs. She doesn't carry the load of fixing things. That's all on my shoulders. So she looks at it through a very different lens than I look at it, because I know it's all up to me if things go pear-shaped. So I'm really torn. I mean, I think if we sold this place, we could definitely, you know, hopefully double our investment. I mean, we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money into it, but it's now a livable lot, and we got an ocean view that opened up, which wasn't there before. So yeah, I'm just kind of torn of what to do. Time will tell, I guess. You know, we could consider Airbnb-ing it, but because it's off-grid, we've got like composting toilet, all of these little quirks. Lighting the fridge is a bit of a pain. And also, we're so far away. We're 2 ferry rides away, and an hour and a half of driving. Actually, yeah, no, it's 2 ferries on a small ferry, or 1 ferry on our boat. Like, how are we going to change the sheets and get it all clean for the next visitor? It's just not going to work. So I'm leaning more towards softly putting it on the market and just seeing if we get a price that we want. But I know Tara's not there yet. But I think we'll enjoy the summer. We'll come here for a couple weeks in the summer, and then maybe take some great photographs and just list it and see what the interest is. I think places don't move very fast over here, but this is a pretty special lot because it's right at the end of a road. There's no one that walks past. It's very, very quiet. It's got an ocean view, and it's got crown land all around, so tons of forest. So yeah, we will see. Yeah, thanks for watching this little short one, guys. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.